do my little intro thing. But what's happening? Big Shay reporting for Dude. Welcoming you back to another episode of the Yellow Cafe podcast. And I just wanted to speak with Pops today and just ask a few questions, couple of questions, whatever we have time for. This was something that's been on my mind for some time now. And I always kind of just wanted to know this. I don't want to be disrespectful to anyone in asking this or put anyone in a weird situation or anything like that. But I kind of just wanted to just know, how have you, and this isn't anything crazy, but how have you handled, let's say, deaths, huh?
How did I handle what?
I was about to say, deaths of your children.
Oh,
It's like, I don't think in my life I've ever seen you cry. I've seen you cry in church and talking about God, but that'll be more so rather tears of joy or tears of the spirit, when you're just thinking about how good God is, or, things of that nature. But in terms of crying for being sad or something that's happened, I can't ever really say that I've seen that. And you have outlived, obviously, you're 99 years old right now. You have outlived a lot of people. So the thing about living this long is it's a gift and a curse. It's a gift, obviously, because you're still here, but you're here watching everyone else just fall, away. Because it's almost like you're immortal. You know what I mean? So you have to sit here and watch so many people fall away because you're still living. There's a lot of people that have lived full lives that are gone, and they've been dead for 20 years. And you still, you know what I mean? You've watched a lot of people go. And I don't know, it's just, even when close people pass, what is it? I'm just trying to say, what is it that allows you to be, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. And what I mean by, I don't mean to be rude with that, but what I mean is, for you to be able to be that composed after negative things like that happen sometimes, could also probably allow you to ignore other things in life. You know what I mean? I don't mean ignore, but it's kind of like, if you're kind of able to just keep going, not think about something and keep going, maybe there's other things in life that could kind of rub off on too. You know what I mean? It has to be. That's everything in life. Everything in life has two sides to it. You know what I mean? Or I don't know. And it's not to say you're not loving. And I'm about to let you talk, because I know I'm running my mouth, but I'm trying to really just set, because you didn't know what we were talking about or what we were gonna talk about. So I'm just trying to set the stage. It's not to say that you're not loving, because obviously I've seen the evidence of your love for people as well. But I'll just let you, talk now and talk for however long you need to. But just elaborate on, what is it that allows you, obviously it's God, but have you been that way? Have you always kind of had certain mannerisms like that? When did that start? Or just what allows you to conduct yourself like that during those times?
well, I thank God for my life, because I think the believing in God and serving Him has given me, I believe, a longer life. And that life has been supplied, because I've seen even you, when I really retired from contracting, which was the thing that I really loved to do. But I remember you, Shay, when you spoke to me, it's been over 20 years ago, to quit my contracting building business in the ministry. And I did it immediately. So God promised me, because when I got saved, and I've been saved now about 65 years ago, that I'd have a good life. And I'm getting what He promised me. I've seen God promise me things, and I've gotten these things. And something He showed me some of the disappointments that's going to come before they come. And He braces me and gives me the strength to endure. Just like last night, when I seen the lights go out, it looked to me like it was the last days of eternity. And I was surprised when I woke up this morning and it still was there. I still was alive. So these things, I've always had my belief in God. And my belief was firm. It was then and it is right now. I'll come to a place of, I leave it to Him. If I live, I live. If I die, I die. I don't worry about anything. I leave my whole life and existence and operation and success up to God. And how do I do that? I just be there. And whatever come. But I don't want to have me do some evil to try to make some good in my life. I just live a life. And whatever I got, this, I believe it's from the Lord. So I know what you're saying. You haven't seen me really regret something. Or mourn or be so sorry. I figure because I tried not to be responsible for any evil or mishap that happened in my life. What happened. I think, and something what happened is not my fault because I just go along and try to be comfortable as I possibly can, humanistic, that I don't be responsible for these sins and these faults. I just try to take it like it is. As it come, it come. But I don't want to be deeply responsible for evil. I begin to judge myself when I'm by myself, that I don't have to be judged from no evil. This has kept me with a simple, relaxed acceptance of life. What come. And you got to live that. I already lived that life. If it's coming, it's coming. But I don't want to be responsible to make something evil happen because I did something to aid it. Anything happened that I didn't, that wasn't too nice, it came on its own. I didn't aid it.
No, that's deep. Because what you're saying is you've never added to the wrongs that have been done.
No, or do something to cause it to begin. It was what happened just happened, and I tried in my best to not to have to fix nothing, because I don't want to break it. I didn't break it, I can't fix it.
Now, that doesn't mean that you don't believe that you've ever done any wrong.
No. That don't mean I didn't do something. Because flesh, that's why Jesus had to die. Because He had to get rid of flesh. All flesh, don't care how good you go, or have some mishaps. And some mishaps or evil that you saw that came your way. But that's flesh. That's why Jesus had to die, to get rid of just that consciousness, your conscience. It'll come upon you and you say, man, I shouldn't have did that. So those things sometimes, they ain't no sometimes, it's many times it's gonna come on you. And you're gonna wish the rest of your life. And I'm not talking about real evil. Any kind of little evil, you wish you wouldn't be part of that. But that's the flesh. That's why we can't go to heaven with the flesh. The flesh will not see God. We got to be spiritual. The flesh can't take it. And that's what come. I judge it's the flesh that come in my life. Man, you can't do that. So that's how I live.
So with that being said, I mean that would cover the grounds for, say, like a lot of people who are dealing with issues of lust and stuff like that. I say that because, you know, I have not a lot, but I have a few different people that I talk to, and there's just different struggles in people's lives, especially men's lives, that have almost become in the world, or that's normal. You know, those type of things are just gonna happen. But as a Christian, you know that there are some things that have to be put under subjection, because it can't be looked at as just normal.
Yeah.
So how would you advise these young men? This is my thing too. I have a few partners who just come home from prison, and they'll have that desire of catching up for their lost time. You know what I mean? They've been away from the world for so long, and many people are still going to be coming home in the next couple of years. But it's like, it's almost, how would you speak to an individual like that, where you know the lust is heavy, and then the devil is almost going to try to justify that lust?
That's going to be very hard, but if they think of the suffering that this evil caused, they'll back away from it. You'll take the things that you have
What's
done to
Big Shade reporting
heal.
for Dude. Look, I just want to say I most definitely appreciate the views and any interactions. I've had a few people reaching out to me, sending direct messages and things like that. What I need for you to do is make sure you are subscribed, like the video, leave a comment. No matter what it is, just leave a comment. If you want the word, the message to spread, to grow, if you want to contribute and be a part of the Yellow Cafe community, just do that for me so that we could get this message spread out. Make sure you like. It takes no time. It costs you nothing. Subscribe. It costs you nothing. It takes you no time. Leave a comment for me. You understand? That's all you have to do. If you're rocking with us, you can go find the plate emoji. If you're in the Yellow Cafe podcast and you came here to eat, drop a plate emoji, drop whatever. But just show some interaction so we could grow. Appreciate you.
What were you saying? You said it would take the suffering and heal?
Yes, you know the flesh is a suffering thing. It's of the devil, and he, long as you stay in the fleshly things, you will encounter things that's not right. That's why Jesus in the Bible says you got to be born again. You got to become more spiritual, because if you're in the flesh, innocent, I'm gonna give the flesh a little innocent now, but it can't do good because the flesh is evil. And when you see that, your desire has to be spiritual in obeying truth, because the Bible that God gives us, He gives us profound answers to really interesting questions. He gives us real spiritual answers. And just like I was just thinking about it, when God told the man to build the ark, he didn't go get an architect. God showed him how and gave him the wisdom how to do it. Even the animals, when God told him to bring an animal, a male and a female, then now when the time for those animals to come in, and matter of fact, he didn't have an architect to show him how to build that boat. So God could do it. So you got to rely to spiritual wisdom and direction to do anything. That's what makes me different. I was just like I said, I used to be a contractor, and when I was young, I knew what I was going to do. and I liked the Navy had offered me a job in the military, and we were going. For my trade, I was so wise in my trade till I went to and the Navy called me up. I never heard of that like that. For me to become part in the Navy and to use my talent. And I told him I wasn't going to work for nobody all of my life. And I told him, I said, Mister, and I only had 3 children at that time. Most men would have took that as a lifetime. But I told him, Mister, I'm not going to work all of my life. I don't want no lifetime job in no military or nowhere else. And I didn't have a truck, I didn't have a car, I didn't have many things that I needed. But a few years, I'm talking about a couple of years, that I gained those things that I needed to start off my job. And when I got 80 years old, I figured I was finished with the world. And I just gave my heart to the Lord. At my church, I had a feeding program. I had education program for students that had bad grades. I had a school that I brought them for 9 months every year. For 9 months, I had college students that I gained the money to pay them as teachers to teach children their homework. And I myself was a chaplain, a free chaplain, 3 days a week for 3 years. I worked in the prison.
Orleans Parish.
Free.
Orleans Parish, right?
Yeah. I worked in Orleans prison. Matter of fact, I had a key. I would go there 3 days every week for 3 years.
And
And
the key to the jail?
yeah, in that area.
So, look, you just said at 80 you gave your life to the Lord. That was a mistake, correct?
Yeah. Oh no, I quit working. I was 30.
I'm about to say you 37.
I was 36 when I gave my life to the Lord.
Okay, no, I just wanted to.
When I got 80, I get up to physical working.
Oh, that's how old you were when you quit that job out there?
Yeah.
Okay, you were 80 at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just for the listeners' sake.
Yeah.
You were a carpenter as a young man.
Yeah.
You gave up carpentry at the age of 37 to begin to minister.
General contracting.
You gave up being a general contractor
Yeah.
at the age of 37 to be a full-time minister.
Yeah, but I was ministering at the time too. Already.
But you just stopped working
Stopped working just to work
on
specially.
ministry solely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we fast forward 43 years.
Yeah.
You only picked up this job due to Katrina. We had the job to work Katrina. I'm just saying for the viewers, I'm letting them know what took place.
Oh, yeah,
The job
yeah.
that you were working when
I
you
was
were
80 years.
old.
Yeah.
At 80 years old, you were just working as a foreman for
Yeah.
the Katrina cleanup. You were not working any other job up until that point. You did the feeding program.
Yeah.
You did the stuff around the church. And I remember we worked that job delivering food to the different schools, but you didn't. I'm just letting the viewers know you didn't work a full-time job besides the church. This is some part-time. Well, no, we were out there full-time. No, we were working full-time.
Full-time.
No, we were working full-time. You're right. But you quit that at 80 years old.
Yep.
I got you. I just heard you say that. I just wanted to clear it up.
Yeah. Well, I worked around the church though.
No, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Because we did a lot of building.
Yeah.
But I've been a complete life. See, what I'm not bragging on success, But what gave me the success that I received, I gave my heart in everything about my life to the Lord. And I was a man of much fasting.
So what does that mean? Because I was going to ask you this question earlier when you were telling people to get into the spirit and you have to live in the spirit. And you're explaining that now, but how do you tell someone physically, like what physical things, what actionable items can people do to live in the spirit?
Then this going to be a complicated answer. But what happens, you see, don't do anything that's identified with evil. Anything that's identified with evil is against God. And you got to be an example, live an example life of righteousness, allow God to work in your life. Because it's very difficult for a sinner to live a righteous life. So that's why he said you got to be born again. And I don't want to preach to you right now, and I do want to preach to you.
You do what you feel led to.
You got to live a life that God requires you to do God's work. You can't do God's will by yourself. And he knew that. That's why man can't live a perfect life. Even a righteous man, even a evil thought will penetrate a mind. That will make you, hallelujah, that will make you unclean. Because your flesh sometimes would think things that you ought not think, and you yourself don't even agree with it. But it comes through the mind. So you got to be very careful how you live. And you got to watch yourself. You want to watch everybody else, you got to watch yourself. Because you are flesh, and flesh will sin. That's why God gave you privilege. And none of us can be so perfect. Never. That's why God told you we got to be born again. And every now and then, and as you be born again, you got to watch yourself. Watch. Some people want to watch everybody else. The biggest person you got to watch yourself. Because even you got to watch what you eat. You got to watch what you say. You got to watch everything. You got to be a watchman because you are suspiciously, flesh will sneak up on you and have you doing something you ought not be doing. Just like people say they get upset and they make a curse word and they really regret saying that because sin overshadowed them because it was not watchful. That's why the Bible says you got to watch as well as pray. You don't just go around with your head up in the air. You got to be watchful because your very flesh will cause you to do things that you'll be sorry for the rest of your life. The penitentiary, if you can talk to most inmates, they can tell you, if I wouldn't have did this one thing. When I was young, I used to do this. Some students start off young stealing and like they stealing cars. These young men get caught and go to penitentiary for 20 and 30 years. And some of them commit things that they be so sorry for, but they can't do anything about it because they allowed the flesh to have power. I've tried to watch that flesh like I'm watching an evil person. You got to watch. You don't just deny flesh. Deny it. You got to watch it. Watch. The Bible says you got to watch it well as pray. You got to keep your eyes open. Because if you don't want carelessly, your fleshly body will do fleshly things. and his flesh, but who gonna get accused for it? Who gonna be punished for it? You. So don't let the flesh make you do things that you normally gonna get judged for later on. And I'm not talking about going to heaven and hell now. I'm talking about sometimes it'll cause you to do something that you'll regret it the rest of your natural life on the way. So you gotta watch. Take this thing. This is a message. Watch as well as pray.